Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for Wake Night. You can find all the lessons on aplastudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select on the subject tab, scroll down to grade format, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter unit of measurement. The lessons we're going to cover today are measure using an inch ruler, which customary unit is appropriate, compare and convert customary unit of length, compare and convert customary unit of weight. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 4 math. Chapter we're on right now is unit of measurement. Let's just start with the lesson that is measure using inch ruler. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to the nearest edge. So you need to measure the line using the ruler. So how do we measure? We need to line up the left end of the line with a zero mark on the ruler. The right end of the line is at the 1 inch mark. The line is about 1 inch long. So place the ruler, line up the zero and the left end of the line, and then measure on the right end of the line. Let's just start with the test questions. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to the nearest inches. So just mark the left end of the line with the line up the left end of the line with zero and measure on the right hand. So I think that is 3 inches long. Option number two is the correct option. 3 inches long it is. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to nearest edge. That is 1 inch. Option number two is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to the nearest edge. That is 2 inches long. Option number three is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to nearest inch. So which is the correct option? That is 3 inches long. Option number one is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to the nearest inches. So which is the correct option? That is 1 inch. Option number three is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to nearest inch. So which is the correct option? That is 2 inches long. Option number three is the correct option. So move the ruler to measure the length of the line to nearest inch. That is 1 inch long. Option number one is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to nearest inch. That is 3 inches long. Option number one is the correct option. Move the ruler to measure the length of the line to the nearest inch. So that is 1 inch long. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Which customary unit is appropriate? Which is a better estimate for the length of shoulder? The length of the shovel would be 12 inches because 12 miles is too long. Let's just start with the test questions. which is a better estimate for the weight of a hamster. That is 2 pounds. Option number one is the correct answer. Oh, that is 2 answers. Option number three is the correct. Which is the better estimate for the height of a woman. That is 10 feet. Option number two is the correct option. Which is the better estimate for the volume of a bathroom sink. That would be 7 pints. Option number two is the correct option. Which is a better estimate for the distance of a day-long hike. That is 10 miles. Option number one is the correct option. Which is a better estimate for the height of a coffee maker. Height of the coffee maker would be 19 inches because 19 feet is too long. Which is a better estimate for the length of a jump rope. Length of a jump rope would be 4 yards because 4 inches is too small. So that would be 4 yards. Which is a better estimate for the weight of a bookshelf. Weight of a bookshelf would be 45 pounds because 45 tons is too much for the weight of a bookshelf. which is the better estimate for the distance of a long running race. Running race, then that would be 5 miles. Option number one is the correct option. Which is a better estimate for the weight of a fire truck. That would be 13 tons. Option number one is the correct one. Which is a better estimate for the weight of a coffee mug. That is 1 ton. So option number one is the correct option. That would be 1 pound, not one. Which is the better estimate for the height of a double decker bus. Double decker bus is 15 feet. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Compare and convert customer email surface. Which is more, 61 inches or 1 yard? One yard is same as 36 inches. So 61 inches is more than 1 yard. Let's just start with the test questions. Which is more, 1 mile or 20,291 feet? 10,291 feet is more than 1 mile. Option number two is the correct option. Which is more, 12 inches or 1 foot? which is 12 inches or 1 foot. So they are exactly equal. Option number two is the correct option. Convert what? 1 yard equal, 1 mile equal how many yards? 1 mile equal 1,760 yards. Option number two is the correct option. That is 1,760 yards. One yard equal how many inches? 1 yard equal 36 inches. Option number B is the correct option. Which is 6 feet of 1 yard. I think 1 yard is more. 1 yard is same as 3 feet. So 6 feet is more than 1 yard. One foot equals how many inches? 1 foot equals 12 inches. Option number one is the correct option. 3 feet equal how many yards? 3 feet equal 1 yard. Option number 2 is the correct option. 5,280 feet equal how many miles? That is 1 miles. 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. Option number 3 is the correct option. 1 foot equal how many inches? One foot equal 12 inches. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself whether today. It will just provide the next lesson. The next lesson is compare and compare customer limits of data. One ton equal how many pounds? One ton equal 2,000 pounds. Let's just start with the test questions. Sixteen ounces equal how many pounds? 16 ounces equal 16 ounces equal 1 pound. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which is more 1 ton or 2,869 pounds? 2,869 pounds is more than 1 ton because 1 ton equal 2,000 pounds. Which is more 1 pound or 14 ounces? 1 pound is made than 14 ounces because 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. Option number two is the correct option. The report that is 1 ton. Which is more, 1 pound or 31 ounces? Thirty-one ounces is more than 1 pound. Which is more, 1 ton or 3,688 pounds? 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. That is 3,688 pounds. Option number two is the correct option. 1 pound equal how many ounces? 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So option number one is the correct option. 2,000 pounds equal how many tons? 1 ton equal 2,000 pounds. Option number two is the correct option. 1 pound equals how many ounces? 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Option number one is the correct option. Which is more, 112 pounds or 1 ton? One ton is more than 112 pounds. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself at every. So we were working on grade 4 math. Chapter we were working on is unit of measurement. The lessons we have covered today are measure using an inch ruler, which customary unit is appropriate, compare and convert customary unit of length, compare and convert customary unit of weight. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the question in the chat box and here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have. So please write down the question in the chat box and here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have it. So any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye.